Manchester United's preparations for the new Premier League season continued with another demanding training session at the Carrington training complex today. And the biggest talking point was undoubtedly the arrival of new signing Yuri Tielemans. The Belgian midfielder officially joined the first-team squad for his first full training session after completing his move from Aston Villa, with the atmosphere around Carrington described as extremely positive. As Tielemans stepped onto the training pitches wearing the famous red colours for the very first time, he was warmly welcomed by Michael Carrick, his coaching staff, and every member of the first-team squad. It was a moment that many United supporters had been waiting to see, with players congratulating the experienced midfielder before immediately getting down to business. Carrick and his staff are determined to build a squad capable of challenging for major honours this season, and integrating every new signing as quickly as possible remains one of their highest priorities. The morning began inside the gymnasium, where the coaching staff carried out a series of physical assessments and conditioning exercises designed to monitor every player's fitness levels following the opening weeks of pre-season. Strength work, endurance testing, recovery routines and mobility sessions formed an important part of the programme, as Carrick continues to ensure every player reaches peak physical condition before the competitive campaign begins. The coaching staff paid close attention to the workload of each individual, with sports scientists collecting data throughout the session to help maintain maximum intensity while reducing injury risks. After completing the indoor work, the entire squad moved on to the Carrington pitches, where the intensity increased dramatically. Today's outdoor session focused heavily on high tactical drills, with Carrick continuing to implement his tactical philosophy across every area of the team. Players repeatedly worked on defensive blocking systems designed to protect the backline, improve defensive organisation, and maintain compactness whenever possession is lost. Midfielders were drilled on pressing triggers, positional discipline, and quick transitions, while defenders concentrated on communication, recovery runs, and maintaining a strong defensive shape. Every exercise demanded sharp concentration, quick decision-making, and excellent teamwork, as Carrick looks to create a disciplined but attacking Manchester United side capable of competing against the very best teams in England and Europe. Attacking exercises were equally demanding throughout the session. United's forwards and attacking midfielders spent long periods working on shooting drills from different angles and distances, improving movement inside the penalty area, one-touch finishing, combination play, and fast counter-attacking situations. The tempo remained extremely high, as players were encouraged to move the ball quickly, create overloads, and finish every attacking move with confidence. Set-piece routines also remained a major focus, with both attacking and defensive scenarios rehearsed repeatedly, as Carrick searches for every possible advantage ahead of the new campaign. Naturally, much of the attention throughout today's session centred on Yuri Tielemans. The Belgian looked comfortable from the very beginning, showing his excellent passing range, intelligent movement, and calmness in possession. His experience in the Premier League could prove invaluable for Manchester United this season, while his ability to dictate play from midfield should provide another important dimension alongside the club's growing list of talented midfield options. It is still early days, but his first training session certainly gave supporters plenty of reasons to feel optimistic about what he could bring to Old Trafford. Away from the training ground, Manchester United's transfer activity continues to gather momentum, as the summer transfer window remains one of the hottest talking points among supporters. According to Fabrizio Romano, the club have stepped up their search for another defensive midfielder and have already made contact with the representatives of Manu Kone. Despite already strengthening the midfield with the arrivals of Yuri Tielemans and Santos, United are continuing to explore the market as Carrick looks to build greater depth, quality and competition throughout his squad. Kone is understood to be one of several midfielders under serious consideration, demonstrating that the recruitment team remain determined to strengthen every key area before the transfer deadline. Manchester United also continue to monitor the situation surrounding Crescencio Somerville, who remains one of the club's leading targets to strengthen the left side of the attack. Initial discussions with West Ham United have already taken place as the club explores the conditions of a possible transfer. However, any move may depend on future departures, with Marcus Rashford expected to return to first-team training as preparations continue. United's recruitment team are carefully assessing every option before making their next move in the market. Another fascinating name being discussed internally is Eduardo Camavinga. Fabrizio Romano reports that Manchester United admire the Real Madrid midfielder enormously and have held internal discussions regarding the possibility of making him their third midfield addition this summer. Although Camavinga currently wants to remain in Madrid and fight for his place, United continue to appreciate his outstanding qualities. Should circumstances change later in the window, this is certainly one transfer story worth watching closely. Defensively, Manchester United are also showing serious interest in Newcastle United fullback Lewis Hall. Reports suggest Newcastle could be prepared to consider offers in the region of £45 million. Michael Carrick reportedly views Hall as a potential starting left-back, allowing Patrick Dorgu to operate in a more advanced attacking role, where his pace and creativity could become an even bigger weapon. If completed, such a move could significantly increase United's tactical flexibility throughout the season. Meanwhile, questions continue to surround Brighton midfielder Carlos Baleba. David Ornstein has explained that United have not yet accelerated negotiations because the club are carefully weighing up whether the financial package represents the best value. Brighton are well known for demanding substantial transfer fees, and after Baleba experienced a slight dip in form last season, Manchester United are believed to be considering whether alternative midfield targets may provide better long-term value before making any final decision. Manchester United continue to closely monitor the situation of highly rated RB Leipzig winger Yuri Tielemans as the club pushes forward with its long-term recruitment strategy under the new sporting structure. According to reports, Tielemans remains on United's shortlist of exciting young attacking talents, with the club's scouting department having followed his progress closely over recent months. United are understood to be huge admirers of the winger's explosive pace, exceptional dribbling ability, confidence in one-on-one situations, and versatility across the attacking positions. His fearless style of play, technical quality, and potential for further development have reportedly impressed the club's recruitment staff, who believe he possesses the attributes required to thrive in the Premier League. At this stage, Manchester United have not made an official approach or submitted a formal offer, but they continue to keep a close eye on the player's situation. The club is expected to remain informed about any developments surrounding Tielemans throughout the transfer window, ready to react should the conditions become favourable. Sources suggest that United could make a concrete move if the right opportunity presents itself, particularly if negotiations become financially realistic or if the player becomes available under suitable terms. However, any potential transfer will depend on several factors, including United's remaining transfer budget, outgoing player sales. In my opinion, Michael Carrick deserves enormous credit for refusing to stand still despite already strengthening important areas of the squad. The best Manchester United teams have always been built on fierce competition for places, and the current recruitment strategy appears focused on creating exactly that environment. Tielemans brings leadership, experience, and technical quality. Andre Santos adds youthful energy and aggression, while another defensive midfielder could complete what looks like a very balanced midfield unit. If United can also strengthen at left wing and left back before the transfer window closes, supporters will have every reason to believe this squad can compete strongly across every competition. Now over to you, Reds. What did you make of Yuri Tielemans' first training session at Carrington? Should Manchester United sign Manu Kone, or would you prefer Eduardo Camavinga if the opportunity became available? Would Lewis Hall improve the left side of the team? Should the club continue pursuing Crescencio Somerville or keep faith with Marcus Rashford? And finally, do you think Manchester United should still spend big on Carlos Baleba or focus on different midfield targets? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for all the latest Manchester United updates, and let's discuss every big story together.